two videos, we talked about two non-practicing entities winning, Smart Flash LLC and Intellectual Ventures. In this third installment of non-practicing entities, we're actually going to flip the script and actually talk about a non-practicing entity that lost. So the court case was known as Sovereign Software versus Newegg et al. So basically, Sovereign Software is another non-practicing entity. It makes no products, offers no services, and employs 0 people. But in the last 3 years, it's made over $55 million in patent infringement lawsuit profits. Its main product is a patent covering parts of the mobile online shopping carts that people use. Um, Companies like Amazon, Zappos, Macy's, and the electronic retailer Newegg, who was the one that was sued in this case. Um, so Newegg's lawyers, instead of kind of taking the settlement that Sovereign offers, instead of going to court, actually took them to court. And so Sovereign sued them in nowhere else but the U.S. Fifth Circuit Court of the Eastern District of Texas. Um, I guess we're starting to see a pattern here. In the summary judgment in favor of Sovereign, Leonard Davis, who was the guy that I talked about in the video before, who just switched to Fish and Richardson, um, gives Sovereign Software $12 million in damages, but Newegg actually appeals, not in the East District Court, but actually in Los Angeles. And Newegg wins every single claim that Sovereign had against them in infringement, not only winning judgment in their favor, but having all 27 of Sovereign's infringement claims invalidated. So not only did they win, but they actually invalidated Sovereign's patent, which is not only a win for Newegg, but everybody else that Sovereign sues from now on because their patent is considered invalid. So basically, now that they've been dragging out lawsuits with Macy's, Zappos, and Amazon, those 3 companies can now come back and say, look, in the Newegg settlement, your patent was invalidated because it's clearly not actually a legitimate patent, and we don't have to pay you anymore. So, you know, even though Sovereign was not deterred, they actually tried suing Newegg again for 6 other dependent claims that they didn't sue for the first time. So they had 27 claims that were thrown out, but there were 6 dependents that weren't, and so they tried to sue Newegg with those claims instead. But they were dependent claims, which means that the 27 other claims, which included the independent claims that the 6 weren't being sued upon, were invalidated. The dependent claim automatically has to be invalidated. So clearly, this isn't a logical argument for any person to make, but NPEs aren't exactly logical. Luckily, that this lawsuit was thrown out immediately because it has literally no legal merit. But Macy's, which is one of the defendants in the case against Sovereign, has said, we are pleased to have vindicated another innocent retailer targeted by Sovereign and its invalid patents. That was from Macy's lawyer. And so it took courage for Newegg to stand up to the baseless case and defend itself to the end. So clearly, Newegg was able to stand up to this patent troll and fight for what was right. And in the end, they actually got a judgment in their favor for once. And it's being used by other companies to say, look, we don't have to pay you anymore because your patent is simply, not defensible. So, here's a kind of slight victory that not every single time a patent troll sues a company, they always win. Sometimes it does go in favor of the people that are actually, making products and doing good for society. So, patent trolls really suck, but there's slivers of hope here and there. Thanks.